This video is sponsored by PelucidFX.com. Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video. Welcome everybody, let's take a look at the gold market, guys. Well, on Friday was in fact no any action. Well, on Monday also, since this weekend in London, so also the activity probably will be a bit less than usual. But anyway, currently our major concern stands with the bread butter trade that we have got on the weekly time frame chart a couple of weeks ago, and that this recent plunge down on Wednesday has brought us not quite desirable and even we could say unwelcome surprise that it's not very good for development of the bread butter. But right now I think that it's a bit early to speak about the vanishing and destruction of the bread butter setup on the weekly time frame chart, mostly because this plunge has tapped above these recent lows, and that could be just the part of the greater puzzle. For example, market could give us ABCD pattern to the upside, and this kind of action in this case will be absolutely normal, it's common for bread butters. That's why, although this action could look really terrible and not quite desirable for any bread butter trade, but still it's not the crucial, at least yet. And formally and theoretically we have no reasons to deny and refuse the bread butter trade that we still have on the weekly time frame chart. If market will continue to move lower and take out of these lows, that will be absolutely quite another tune. In this case we could say yes, probably market has failed with the bread butter and we should start to search for some another setup. And this low is significant mostly because market already has started action to the upside, because market already has done the motion in favor of the bread butter target. And in fact this is the impulse, the reaction of the previous momentum on the long-term momentum on the weekly time frame chart to the upside. That's why these lows were significant, because that is already the starting of the bread butter, and erasing of this momentum and turning lower, that will be contradictive action to the bread butter setup. That's why the 1275 lows is very significant. Meantime, on the daily time frame chart, we probably will be focused on the couple of moments. The first moment is MACD predictor, this red line. As you can see, market stands relatively very close to this line, and for us the major question is whether to expect upward action, whether we will still get the continuation with the bread butter and whether it will be completed, or situation has changed but we just do not see the signs of it. Situation has changed, sentiment has changed, we should be ready for the downward continuation. That's our major concern, major question. And depending on how market will behave with the MACD predictor could give us really significant help and assistance, because let's assume that market will form here the bullish stop grabber pattern. So market will try to shift trend to the bearish side but fail and return right back above this red line. The stop grabber pattern will suggest the taking out of these highs. This will be the minimum target, and that will be the great challenge on possible ABCD up and reaching of the target of the bread butter on the weekly time frame chart. In other words, the appearing of the stop grabber could become the cornerstone for bread butter and for overall upward action. That's why we particularly should be looking for and watching for this line on Monday. Another pattern that I see and that could appear here, but this is probably right now some kind of the science fiction. But still, guys, take a look. That could become the butterfly. If this will be the left wing, here market could start to form right wing. And this possibility stands thankful to these lows, because that low stands above this one. In fact, this action stands inside of the major swing of the butterfly in this case, and that's why in fact this low and the moment that it stands above this one makes this butterfly at least theoretically possible. And finally, also, if market will not form any bullish stop grabber here in any bullish pattern, that could lead to appearing of the butterfly buy. So that could become the left wing, the butterfly, okay, and market here could start to form the right wing. That is also possible. That's why the first moment that we should watching for is how market will behave around the MACD predictor, because appearing of the bullish stop grabber will shift the equilibrium in favor of the upward continuation, while moving lower and taking out of these lows, shifting trend to the bearish side, probably will make the challenge in favor of downward continuation, and that will be the significant question concerning the possible upward action. Well, that's what we will keep an eye on daily time frame chart. On the 4-hour time frame chart, I have just drawn this ABCD pattern that market could give us, and take a look. We have discussed this on Friday. Market has formed some bearish stop grabbers that suggest a bit deeper action on the intraday charts, mostly due to the momentum of this plunge. So this momentum is most significant. It still has impact on the market, and market feels this momentum, and since it presses on the prices, and market could show some deeper action to the downside. That's normal. The major condition for us is that market holds above these lows. We do not want to see the market moving below these lows, because that will be the end for any short-term hope for upward action. That's our major point right now to watch for. On the hourly time frame chart, we see what particular levels to watch. Yes, recently we have drawn this the butterfly, but it's not absolutely necessary to treat it as the butterfly. We just could use the recent retracement up, search for possible levels where market could get some support. That is 127 extension of this retracement up. It stands 1290. That's 1295 at 1285. So if market will stop here or here and will turn to the upside, that will be just perfect, because in this case market will give us the grabber on the daily time frame chart, well, and simultaneously will hold above those lows. So as you can see from the situation on the gold market, this market right now does not offer any setups, some hot patterns that are suitable for immediate trading. It's probably gold market right now demands some expectation and monitoring, but the situation here is very significant, and depending on whether market will form this bullish stop grabber, whether market will hold above the 1275, that would become the foundation for medium-term perspective. So if market will do this and will form the patterns that we have said, that will keep hope for possible upward action. But if market will fail and take out of these lows, in this case we probably will have to start to search for short entry. We will have to shift our sentiment probably, and more seriously take a look at the monthly stop grabber that has been formed in March on the monthly time frame chart, because this will mean that monthly stop grabber will start to work immediately. Because previously we thought that we will still have the time to complete the brand bottom, and after that maybe bearish monthly stop grabber will start impacting the market, and at least market was able to complete this brand bottom without any harming the bearish grabber on monthly. But if market will take it out of 1275 lows, that will probably tell us that the monthly bearish grabber already at work. and in this case we will have to pay close attention to it. So that, as you can see, it's a very responsible moment on the gold market right now, and we will have to pay attention to it.